Hello, welcome back to Pre-Reading Success Strategies. I'm Natalie Zacher, speech-language pathologist. The last couple of weeks have been pretty heavy, I understand, but I hope that you found the information on vocabulary valuable and useful. So we're going to lighten things up a little bit this week, and I'm going to show you an activity that you can either take as is or modify it and have lots of fun with your child. This week's strategy addresses early phonemic awareness skills. Now let's review phonemic awareness.
Let's review phonemic awareness. Phonemic awareness is the ability to hear, identify, and manipulate individual sounds in words. This involves having an appreciation for the smallest way that a word can be divided. These skills are the building blocks to decoding and spelling, two sides of the same coin. Very early phonemic awareness skills includes appreciating that words can be divided into smaller chunks, dividing compound words into their component words, as well as dividing words into syllables, a skill known as segmenting. These early skills give children initial exposure to the concept of breaking words down into smaller parts, so that later on, when breaking words into the smallest parts, sounds, they are familiar with and have experience with breaking down words into smaller chunks. We start with breaking words into syllables and compound words into component words because it's easier to hear these grosser chunks than the finer chunks of sounds within words. It also helps train children's ears to hear these smaller chunks. Being able to break down words into smaller chunks is a skill necessary when learning to spell. As you could imagine, it's very difficult to spell a word if you can't distinguish the sounds you need to spell. For example, when spelling cowboy, it is easier to break down the word into its smaller words, cow and boy, and then each smaller word into its sounds, k and ow, and b and oi.
The activity I'm going to show you today is ideal for those children who like to move around a lot. I like to incorporate movement whenever possible because being active facilitates learning. Today's activity involves breaking down compound words into their component words, but you can also apply the same principle to breaking words down into syllables, both of which are early phonemic awareness skills. I will share more tips about this in the PDF accompanying this week's video. Let's watch as I play a segmenting game with children of different ages. In the first segment, I show you how to introduce this type of activity with a younger child. Calvin is 3.5 years old, and you can see that I'm fairly directive with him at the beginning, and we incorporated toys into the activity as well as a definitive ending. Choose a finite number of words to stomp out and stick to it. And remember that fine line between enthusiasm and frustration. When breaking down compound words into component words with a younger child, stick to compound words whose component words are made up of single-syllable words, such as cowboy or downtown. You will see why near the end of this segment when I give Calvin a compound word where one of the component words is 2 syllables, the word dishwasher. In the second segment, Jasmine is 8 years old and Tara is 6 years old. So they have a more developed understanding of words and compound words. So we're able to modify the activity a little bit with them. And notice how my instructions with them differ from those that I used with Calvin because they are older. Also notice that we can go a little deeper with the activity because they have a better understanding of compound words.
One other thing to note with Tara and Jasmine, notice how I give them longer and more complex compound words such as buttercup, newspaperman, and overfamiliarity. I do this because they can identify root words easily. Also note how I support them in figuring out how to divide the words newspaperman and overfamiliarity. I give them more support with newspaperman by giving them a choice, and then back off with overfamiliarity by asking just a leading question. Let's watch now.
Okay, so we're going to do our word stomp game today, right? Yeah. Okay, so what we're going to do, Calvin, is we are going to take some words and we're going to break them apart. Okay? So some words are made of two little words put together.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the word cowboy. So we can break the word cowboy. I'll show you how we can do that. Watch this. We can go cow, boy. And those are just two different words. Do you want to do that with me? And you can stomp on the cards?
Oh.
Yeah, okay. And let's try another one. Here, let's step on this card. We'll start here. Put both feet here. There we go. And now let's do cupcake. Cup, cake. Exactly. So if we take cup and cake and put it together, we get cupcake. Now let's take apart, how about the word fireman? Fireman. That's right. Okay, let's do another one. How about dishwasher? Washer. Yeah, dish and washer. Make dishwasher, and we got to the end, didn't we?
Can we take the post?
Yes, we can. Yeah? Okay, here's a tricky one. Here's a tricky one. Dishwasher.
Dish. Wash. Oh.
You know what? That last one's a bit tricky because we've got, let me show you how we do it. Come on back here. We need another card, don't we? We need two more cards, I think. Here, let's back up a little bit. Okay. So dishwasher is actually two words. It's the word dish
Wash.
and washer. So let's do that together. Are you ready? Dish, washer. There. Just that. Just that. Here, let's do it again. That's a tough one. Dish, washer. That's it. One more time. Dish, washer. Excellent. And you made it to the couch. All done.
Okay.
Okay, so here's what we're going to do. I'm going to give you a word, a big word, that is made up of two smaller words. Like, for instance, the word one, stomp, is for each little word. So it would be like this. Watch this. Snow, flake. Okay, can you do that?
Snow. Flake.
So, Jasmine, which one of your feet was snow? And which one was flake? Okay, so Tara, here's a word for you. Cobweb.
Cobweb.
Excellent. And what foot was that? What did you have there?
Web.
Web. And how about that one?
Cob.
So if I took away cob, what would we have left?
Web.
Web. Excellent. So you can stay right there. Jasmine, here's your word. Barnyard.
Barn. Yard.
That's right. Okay, and if I took away yard, what would we have left?
Barn.
Just barn. And if we took away barn, what would we have?
Yard.
That's right, eh? So here's a word for you, Tara. Buttercup.
Buttercup.
Okay, and what was this foot? What word was this foot?
Butter.
And this one?
Cup.
Excellent. Okay. Here's a tricky one. Newspaperman.
Newspaper men.
Oh,
It's made up of 3.
that's 3.
I thought there was only 2 in
Me?
a compound word.
Well, interesting. If there were only 2, how would you divide newspaperman into only 2?
Paperman? Paper. No. Newspaper
So would it be newspaper man
Oh yeah.
or newspaperman? What do you think?
Newspaper man.
That makes more sense because is newspaper a word?
Yeah.
And is man a word?
Yeah.
Yeah. So is news a word?
Yeah.
Is paperman a word?
No.
No, not really. So you got it right. Newspaper and man.
Oh.
Newspaper. Man, that's right. That's right. Okay, so
Newspaper man.
Yeah,
It's 3 words, but it can be 2 words as well.
that's right. So it was like a compound word in a compound word. Because newspaper, that can also be a compound word too, can't it? Like what you just pointed out. Newspaper.
Try to do one that I don't know.
Oh, okay. Over familiarity.
I don't know how to do that one.
Yeah.
It's too tricky.
It's too tricky.
Can you
Wow.
help me, please?
Sure. Okay, so over familiarity. Do you hear anything in there that sounds like it might be a word all by itself?
Over.
Over. Okay, so let's stomp it. Over. And then what comes after? Familiarity. That's right.
Familiarity.
Familiarity. That's a really long word that's hard to say. As you can see, you can go a lot deeper with older children. Check the PDF file for more ideas for how to modify these activities for older children. Have fun with this activity this week, and I'm sure you and your child are going to come up with your own unique ways to have fun with this kind of activity. When you do come up with a great idea, please come back here and hit the reply button and let me know how you tailored it for your children. And then I can include your activity ideas in future PDFs, in future runnings of this course. Okay, so have fun this week, and I will see you next time. Bye for now.